Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel and another video. It's another Sunday, which is odd for me, certainly over the last few months, and another road ride video too. So it's Easter Sunday, whatever the date of that is in 2025. A little bit cloudy, very chilly, but hey, it's dry, which is the most important thing. So today I am heading out with Brownie, and what looks like about 18-20 people signed on for the old school Zone 2 ride. So this is the third time that I've been out with these guys in probably about the last 3 months. So yeah, averaging once a month. And the idea being is it's the same regular route and it's Zone 2. So most of these riders, as far as I'm aware, they're all track riders. So we're probably racing yesterday, and then yeah, this is just their regular sort of easy Sunday morning ride. It's about, well, for me to get over to the start and then obviously back home comes in somewhere about 46-47 miles, something like that, which is absolutely perfect today. Done a couple of indoor sessions this week, and then otherwise TT race Thursday, TT ride Friday morning, and then yesterday off. So yeah, this is spot on. Hopefully get some good ride footage. As I say, there is about 18 to 20 people signed on, some of which we sort of pick up whilst we're going around the loop, and hopefully everybody is all right with filming. So I did a good job last week of actually remembering to record a outro, albeit it was a bit rushed because I'd had enough after about 90 miles. So I mean, at half that distance, haven't really got an excuse. So need to get myself to the start, which is about 2 minutes that way. And then yeah, let's see how this one ends up. The outro, to be honest, I was kind of, well, first of all, I'd had a really good ride. So there was sort of 18-20 people, something like that. So it was a decent group. It kind of stayed together pretty nice. I probably got the best part of like an hour's worth of footage, something like that. So I've cut this down so it's shorter, so it comes into sort of 10 or 11 minutes, something like that. But the regular route was actually extended by 5 miles because the weather's better now. So that was the first thing, but actually, yeah, good ride. And I was probably back home, despite the slightly extra distance. I was probably back home about 15-20 minutes sooner than expected, and it's Easter Sunday and kind of had stuff to do. So yeah, pretty pleased really to be able to get the lamb on nice and early, but there we go. So yeah, I forgot to record the outro, but I didn't sort of just want to leave this as raw ride footage, and in parts it's not really usable, at least the audio isn't. The video is absolutely fine, spot on, reliable camera as always. I was a bit disappointed that I couldn't get the metrics, so like power, speed, all that type of stuff on here, and the reason being is the software that I use doesn't really like splitting the clips up into individual parts. But anyway, technicalities. When I'm not kind of rushing, I'll try and figure it out so that I can sync that up for future. Not as a sort of dick swinging thing by any means, but I think it would probably sort of add to the overall content really, particularly when you know, we're sort of moving along at 20 mile an hour, high 20s or mid 20s, sorry I should say.
and all whilst trying to stay in zone 2. So for me, I mean, I'm not the best, to be honest. Whenever I do anything that's structured, I'm far better doing it indoors, because I just sort of lose the concentration, to be honest. So even if I'm doing sort of 2 hours zone 2, I have to be really switched on to be able to do it for the full 2 hours. And yeah, the turbo just sort of suits me better, as boring as it is. But yeah, I mean, this week really, this was a nice end to the week, in the sense that I kind of had one or two things going on with work. There was an impromptu race, which was on Thursday night. The footage will be up any day now. Certainly after this, though, it requires a little bit more editing. But yeah, it was in generally sort of a quieter week, and this was a really good group. Stayed together practically the whole way. There was a couple of things, and I should probably mention this, where I deliberately either drop back or move forward or move out to the side. That's all in the hope, as this amateur, what am I, videographer? I think that's the word. If not, I've just made that up. But yeah, basically trying to get sort of better shots rather than this, constant back wheel, back of somebody's head, that type of thing. But yeah, this was enjoyable. 2 weeks in a row where it's, I was going to say a long road ride, longer for me anyway, at least. Having done the 90-mile triathlon down last week, and then this sort of what should be a steady zone 2. I think other people are far more disciplined than I am. I guess a couple of special mentions. You will see there are some, they're not just small riders, they are young riders as well that absolutely keep the pace and are probably better at riding in a group than I am, to be fair, having sort of got out of practice during COVID, and then it doesn't really suit now when sort of your focus is time trialing or disappearing off on a gravel bike sort of on your own for the day. So yeah, I'm not the sort of tightest really now when it comes to riding in a group, but it's all good practice nonetheless. So I'll probably wrap this up rather than me just sort of talk all over this, other than to say thank you very much to everybody in the group. Good bunch. I've not had to edit a single swear word out, which is always a positive. Not like the days when I used to go out with Ilkeston Cycle Club, and there was always some colourful language in there. Nothing against the club, I think members at the time, one of those things, but it was always fun having to watch sort of an hour's worth of footage just to try and find the dodgy language that was in there. And motorists, they must all have been in the sort of Easter spirit. Roads were pretty quiet, but not single bit of hassle with any of them, so all good. Anyway, I hope you like the footage. Appreciate his last couple of weeks have been sort of a bit full on really in terms of release schedule for me. It's not really been the way over the last couple of months, despite all of the best plans. Yeah, okay, right, we'll end this one. So any comments, questions, drop them in the section below. Big thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you would like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.